feels like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us. If we just hold on tight, this vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. We are dreamers of the shore.
Hi, I'm Liz.
And I'm Todd. And we're the adults of Wandering Wet.
And this is our story. I guess our story really begins with where we got the idea to sell everything, buy a boat, and set sail with the kids.
2 years ago, we took Loris and Finn on their first cruise. So we actually boarded a cruise ship and we made our way to sea, going to Grand Turk, Curacao, Aruba, and Dominican Republic. That was our way of trying to see what the kids' take of island life would be and how they would respond to island life.
Yeah, I think they felt exactly how we felt after our first cruise. If it hadn't been for Laura's waiting for us in Chicago, we probably would have got off the ship in Miami and instead of going north to Chicago, turned around and gone south back to the islands. That's where we really felt most at home and most ourselves. And I think from the moment Laura stepped off the cruise ship, she has been waiting for that moment to get back on the cruise ship. And Finn will lay underneath a bright lamp and tell us he's at the beach. So he's all on board as well.
And Chase, he's just along for the ride.
Yeah, he doesn't have a choice.
As you heard, living in Chicago, we are two Midwestern people with a family, and there's no ocean around us. And when we talk about selling everything and buying a boat and heading to the Caribbean and places uncharted and unknown, we don't know how to sail.
The more we looked into the idea of living on a boat and sailing around the world with the kids especially, the more we found that we're not the only people who wanted to do this, which makes it nice for us because we get to glean off the experience of people who have been there, done that, and we get to enjoy learning from their mistakes and knowing what's all possible. It really helps to keep us going to know that's what we're going to be able to do soon.
And knowing us, there's going to be plenty of mistakes. You'll see those as well. So Wandering Wet for me is just this freedom. The freedom to forget what's going on with the daily hustle and bustle of life and explore and live life for what it is and what it could be, and who knows where the next adventure, the next step, the next voyage is going to take you.
Definitely. It's remembering that the next island that you're going to, the next city that you're driving to, it isn't about that location necessarily. It's about everything that happens along the way and then what happens when you're there. It's about experiencing and learning and just living life happily.
Yes, and if you're like most of our friends and family, you're probably sitting there saying, you have two people from Chicago that don't know how to sail. What are they doing to prepare themselves to get to that point? Which is a good question to even ask. What are we doing?
Todd's watching a lot of YouTube videos of other people who have done it. I've watched a couple of them. From my perspective, because I'm home with the kids all day, doing the laundry and taking care of the house stuff, I want to know, how does that translate onto a boat? One of the things that we've been doing a lot of is how we cook our food. We want to try and use stuff that we can have on the boat that will last a long time. We're eating way more seafood than we had in the past. Not because we don't like seafood and we need to get used to it, but because we're from Chicago, and when you've been down to the Caribbean and had fresh seafood, the stuff we get up in Chicago doesn't really compare.
This last January,
Yeah, January.
we went to the Chicago Boat and RV show, and we actually signed ourselves up for sailing lessons. So we'll be hopefully taking those in May. The state of everything going on right now.
We're not going to be taking those in May. That's going to get pushed back. We are, for a frame of reference, in the middle of the social isolation that happened because of COVID-19. Hopefully by the time everybody is seeing this, we are out of isolation and life is going back to normal. Or, 3-4 years down the road, if you're just meeting us, now you know this is what we were doing.
But yeah, so we have sailing lessons that we're going to hopefully take eventually. And then from there, it's like Liz said, it's trying different styles of cooking with minimal ingredients or more shelf-stable ingredients and different preparations. Our timeline, we're looking at anywhere between the next 5 to 7 years being able to wrap this up and be on a boat and off of land.
And some of that has to do with the kids. Right now, Chase is 8 months old, and I do not want to be changing diapers on a boat. I'd like to get through that. And Loris is still in high school, so we would like to be here for her as she continues that journey and graduates. Once she graduates, then it's a different story. Yeah, in the meantime, well, aside from prepping ourselves to sail, and the boys, they need to learn how to swim.
Yes.
They're little, they're still learning how to swim. But in the meantime, we are traveling, experiencing a lot of new things, getting the kids used to a lot of different foods. The traveling has been put on hold thanks to COVID-19, but that doesn't mean we haven't figured out ways to wander wet in our own backyard.
So what we're going to do is let you see a little bit about the kids and a little bit of who they are, and we've come up with some questions for them that we kind of interviewed them, so we're going to let you see that, and that gives you an idea of who we're traveling with and who our kids are.
Thanks.
See you around.
What's your name?
Loris,
How old are you?
15,
Where do you live?
Chicago.
What do you most look forward to when you wake up?
Seeing my family
If you could be anywhere else than right here, where would that be?
on an island.
You're at a beach. What's the first thing you do?
Jump in the water.
What advice would you give yourself 5 years ago when you were 10?
To listen to my parents.
What do you think you will be doing 1 year from now?
I don't know.
Guess.
Probably doing schoolwork. I don't know.
What would someone say is what makes you you?
My creativity.
Do you like taking naps?
On my terms.
If you could make any rule, what would it be?
I don't know. No.
Okay, we'll come back to it. If the sky could rain food, what would it rain?
Pasta.
What is something that makes our family special?
Our dinners.
If you found a magic lamp, what would your 3 wishes be?
On my own cruise ship. Meet Olympians. And on my own restaurant.
If you could meet someone from the past, who would you want to meet?
I'm not sure.
If you were a superhero, what would your superpower be?
Being able to fly through the water.
If you were in charge of holidays, what holiday would you make up?
Cruise ship day.
Would you rather be a fish or a bird?
Fish.
Why?
Because I like water.
What do you like best about your brother Finn?
His energy.
What do you like best about your brother Chase?
That's a hard. Maybe his laughs.
If you could be any color of crayon, what color would you be?
Orange.
And if you could make any rule, what would it be?
I don't know.
What's your name?
Finn.
How old are you?
2.
Where do you live?
Home.
Where is home?
1 here.
You're at the beach. What's the first thing you do?
No, I am not at the beach.
Why not?
I'm at home.
Oh, if you were at the beach, if you go to the beach, what was the first thing you would do at the beach?
Play.
You play?
Sand.
You play in the sand? Awesome. Finn, what advice would you give yourself a year ago?
What? No.
No, you wouldn't give yourself advice? What is Finn gonna do in 1 year?
2 months old.
Huh?
2 months old.
Hey Finn, do you like to take naps? No. Hey Finn, what is your favorite food?
I don't know.
Do you like rolls? What's your favorite meat?
T-Rex.
T-Rex meat? Wow. What makes our family special?
Show.
Our show? Yeah. Finn, if you had superpowers, what would your power be?
Ninja Turtle.
You'd have Ninja Turtle superpowers? Oh my goodness. If you could make a holiday, Finn, what holiday would you make? Huh?
I don't know.
You don't know?
What's your name? How old are you? Where do you live? If you could be anywhere else than right here, where would you be? What do you look forward to when you wake up? You're at a beach. What's the first thing you do? What advice would you give yourself 5 months ago when you were 2 months old? What are you going to be doing in 1 year? Chase, what's something someone would say makes you you? Chase, do you like taking naps? If you could make any rule, what would it be? If the sky could rain food, what would it rain? And those are the kids.
That's our family.
Hopefully you enjoyed listening to the questions and their answers.
Or
Especially-
lack thereof
I was
answers.
going to say, especially Chase's answers. If there's any questions that you want the kids to answer, be sure to comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and definitely check back for our update in a year to see how the kids answer differently. I'm sure Chase's answers will be significantly different.
And some of the videos that we're looking to put on there, I Am a Chef, so we're going to put on some cooking videos.
Yeah, definitely. Be sure to check back for all the new content that we look forward to adding for you guys.
Have a great one.
Bye.